Hey guys, Katie here. Thanks so much to everyone who watched, commented, liked, and subscribed from my last video. I really wasn't expecting much from making it, but seeing all of the feedback has really filled me with determination and motivated me to keep making this game and posting here on this YouTube channel. Last time I showed a sneak peek of the new bird game I'm working on, and I wanted to show you guys some more of it and how I landed on what I think will be the movement mechanics of this game. So while I was borderline stalking the birds in my backyard, I was observing how they moved around, and I noticed they had very fast and almost twitchy movements. They looked around rapidly for their next destination, and then they flew to that spot. And that made me think, point and click. Your viewport can move around, and then you can click a location and it will immediately fly there. I spent a decent amount of time trying to get this to work, but I ended up ultimately scrapping it. As you can see, it's not quite working well, and I ended up not really liking the overall feel of it. So I went back to the drawing board. I wanted to try something more traditional in terms of third-person movement, but still have it be unique. So I thought maybe instead of moving the bird to where you click, maybe clicking just partially moves you to the direction you're pointing. And when you continue to click, it both gives you more lift and moves you in the direction you're facing. I ended up really liking this. I felt like one of those birds hopping around outside, but it wasn't quite there yet. As you can see, it was pretty hard to actually land anywhere, and while with practice I got somewhat better at aiming, I thought overall this would be way too frustrating to maneuver. So I added some tweaks to my movement code. When the bird isn't moving, it needs to stop quickly to land on an object. So what I added in my code is that when you're not clicking, it decreases your forward velocity towards 0. So you don't come to an abrupt stop, but you definitely slow down a lot once you're not clicking. That was better, but I realized that with all of this clicking I was doing, I was quickly getting too high without actually getting to any target that I needed to reach. My solution to this was to add gliding. So when you hold down the mouse button, you glide, and when you glide, the gravity is lessened. So you still descend, but not as quickly as when you are not flapping your wings. At first, the gliding just happened in the direction where you initially clicked, and then you would continue moving in that same direction. But that made it difficult to steer the bird around while you're gliding. So I kind of rearranged my code. So instead of just gliding in the direction where you initially click, the bird continues to move in the direction that you're pointing it. I think this creates a really cool and fun effect while you're gliding, especially when going up to the top of a large object and then gliding down to the ground. So yeah, that's what my bird movement looks like in my game right now. It's not perfect, and I'm sure I'm gonna tweak some things with it later, but overall I'm really liking how this feels. It's kind of like a 3D version of Flappy Bird. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. I'm still attempting to learn Blender. In fact, this house is one of the first assets I've made for my game. My next video might be about all of the mistakes I've made in Blender so far, because this is the third iteration of this house that I attempted to make, so I might be sharing that and what I've learned as a Blender noob. So yeah, if you'd like to continue to follow along with my bird game dev journey, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks everyone. Bye!